federalism, federal type of government. It has been circulating more than 30, 40 years already. Kasi ang tingin namin, we are all familiar with the political, social, cultural terrain of Mindanao. The only way to attain peace in Mindanao and maybe throughout the land is to go federal. Federal talaga. Itong Muslim insurgency dito sa Mindanao, it has to be a federal type solution.
First step na ba ng Bangsamoro Basic Law, Mayor? Kung
Well, appeal na. Actually, it's a murag federal na kuwan eh. But why don't we just push it
Tanan-nanan.
to include all of the areas of the country? Eh, kung murag man yung federal, you create a political entity there. As a matter of fact, it's called entity. And kaming mga taga...
Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. I'm Buddy Cunanan. Tonight's topic is the Mindanao problem and the Bangsamoro Basic Law. And joining us still are Mr. Rod Kapunan, Manila Standard columnist, and Mr. FERDIE PASION, as the chairman of NAT-FIL. Welcome, gentlemen, to our third and final segment. So, okay, we had a video of Davao City Mayor Rudy Duterte talking about federalism as a possible means out. Now, before we jump into federalism, let's go back to BBL. Okay, alam niyo po, what many can't seem to understand, okay, pinatay na yung ating mga police, 44, there's been so much bad faith, they don't want to give us the people who slaughtered the policemen in the first place, etc., etc. Bakit ba, sa opinion nyo, bakit ba parang pinagpipilitan masyado ng gobyerno to i-rush yung pag-pass ng BBL? Alam nyo, prudence and common sense will dictate na kung may mangyaring ganyan, teka lang, pause muna. Diba? Let's re-examine everything. There's, I mean, clearly there's a problem. Bakit ba, Rod?
Other countries, in any negotiation, the incident of Mamasapano and the subsequent pronouncement by MILF that if you want to get a report, get it punta sa Malaysia, that should be the basis for the cancellation of the talks.
That's bad faith.
Cancellation of the talks yan. Because these two statements implies that they do not consider themselves as Filipinos. That's one thing. For the president to insist on that is tantamount to treason. That is tantamount to treason. I will tell you, after this administration, this president will end up in jail.
From the way things are going, it looks like it.
He will be sued.
Looks like it.
Definitely. He will be sued.
Pero magandang point na sinabi niyo, bakit binigay sa Malaysia yung report? I mean, good faith would mean that you good faith with the party you're negotiating with, no?
You know why? It's an open book. That the broker and the financier of the MILF are the Malaysian government. It's the Malaysian government. And yet we continue to negotiate with the MILF through the auspices of Malaysia. So, para ke? Malaysia is not really a neutral party.
No.
It's not a neutral party.
It's proven time and again. Even Mahathir himself said that they have been and they are supporting the MILF, FERDIE.
But above Malaysia, we should look at the angle of the United States. Remember,
okay, what do the Americans have to do with this?
Remember that during the 2010 elections, when the counting was not yet done, a new Ambassador Thomas, immediately proceeded to the house of Noynoy Aquino in Times Street and congratulated him.
Even before the proclamation by the
Even
Comelec.
before the counting was done.
Yes.
The Americans already proclaimed to the whole world that Noynoy Aquino is the new president of the Philippines and nothing and no one on earth can prevent that from happening. Now, this destroys the system whereby the president is supposed to be accountable to the Filipino people. So the president now has a debt of gratitude to America instead of to the Filipino people. And we all know that America is now pivoting to Asia. So they want to control Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan, plus the oil, natural gas, and uranium.
So security and natural resources.
And let us not forget that it is the United States Institute of Peace, some say is a CIA front organization that have been pushing the MOA AD and the Bangsamoro Basic Law, which are all unconstitutional. So, and there are reports that, I don't know how true is this, I hope the President will deny this, but he's very silent when it comes to this, that allegedly he received $750 million from Malaysia through the Sultan of Johor via the Maybank Port Bonifacio branch. Plus, we read in the papers, the Philippine Star, that they were given 3 oil wells, the so-called upstream industry, in Sabah. We don't know how true this is. And they were given a franchise of AirAsia. We don't know how true this is. And they were given several gasoline stations of Petron in Malaysia. In fact, the President himself admitted that one time he went to, the most recent time that he went to Malaysia, it was all expenses paid by the Malaysian government, and he was there to cut the ceremonial ribbon of a Petron gas station. So we don't know if the judgment of the President has been clouded due to business or financial considerations, which we hope is not true, because we still believe that the President is capable of tuwid na daan.
Rod, please go.
By the way, I would like to clarify something. Actually, President Aquino is already liable for treason. You know one thing. He was in charge of the operation, the Mamasapano operation. He intentionally did not provide reinforcement to the soft soldiers.
Kasi magkakagulo.
Because he wanted to preserve peace at the expense of the soldiers. That is the point there. That is the point. He wanted to preserve peace. He thought he can preserve peace by maintaining that. Hindi niya akalain mauwi sa ganung patayan. Nung mauwi na sa ganon, wala na, sumabog na. Pero it is on record na hindi niya binigyan ng reinforcement.
And it's strange, but I mean, now that you brought it up, I mean, in recent days, he's come out with very strange statements, to say the least. Like
Binola raw siya din na Peña.
Yes, I mean, yung most recent sa Malacanang, sa prayer meeting nila, di ba, na apparently,
Hindi siya
all blame is going to this mid-level officer.
Common sense that as Commander-in-Chief, the buck stops here. Ikaw ultimate ang responsibility. Kung anong mangyari dyan, ikaw ang responsible kasi Commander-in-Chief ka. So, hindi niya pwedeng ipasa yan.
And, you know, some things in that cannot be doubted. He was in Zamboanga
He was
at that
in
time with
Zamboanga.
all his security officials, and
Yes.
they were there,
Yes.
actually monitoring the situation. And
Yes.
as some reports say, he was in the drone facility
On the
in
United States.
Zamboanga.
Ang tanong dito, bakit
FERDIE.
natalo yung Sub-44 sa bakbakan?
Bakit nga?
Bakit advanced weapons ng Amerika yung hawak-hawak ng mga
Alam mo-
MILF Kevlar, piercing amos.
Alam mo, Ferdy, yung MILF kasi mahilig magpayabang ng kanilang armas. No? It's all over the
Pinapakita
internet.
nila
Nasa picture, nasa
sa
YouTube.
internet.
They have Barrett,
Yes.
50 caliber sniper rifles. I don't know if our armed forces even has that. No?
Meron.
Meron ba tayong Barrett?
Kukunti lang.
May
Kukunti
factory
lang.
pa sila.
Sila,
May
dami, nakahilera.
May factory pa sila.
Oo.
Ang tanong, how did this advanced American weapons and ammunitions ended up in the hands of the MILF,
24
which is a
2
terrorist organization?
kilometers.
It is violative of the United Nations rules for the United States to give arms to an army that is waging war against an ally.
They can always say that they bought it on the open market.
Actually, what the point there? The point is why President Aquino refused to give reinforcement. That is the point. That is crucial. Because he could have given reinforcement. Sabihin mo na, wala na tayong magagawa, napatay yun. Basta't pag nilusong mo yun, inoveran mo yan.
Alam nyo,
Hindi na
sir,
reinforce.
a guest of mine a few weeks ago was General Sotelo. The famous Antonio Sotelo.
Yes.
86 natin
Air
yung
Force,
head
Air Force.
ng 15th Strike Wing ng helicopter. Sabi nga namin, kung nagpalipad lang ng helicopter, alam mo yung psychological effect nun. Huwag na tumira. Helicopter lang, magpaano ka lang, just the mere sound of a chopper, magdi-disperse na yung mga kalaban.
You know why? Because the Americans were trying to save the BBL. Because the Americans feared that if this goes out of control, the BBL will be dead in the water. But the exact opposite happened. Because they did that, indeed, the BBL is now dead.
Do you think it's dead in the water, Rod? The BBL?
Dead in the water, of course, the president can always do something to to press the issue, pero I doubt it very much.
Okay, quickly, because we have about 3 minutes to close, people are talking about federalism as a means to as a way out, to somehow offer a win-win solution.
It's worse than the BBL because it's BBL on a nationwide scale. You will be granting almost absolute independence to each state, and each state of the Philippines can now be plucked out by Malaysia to join the Federation of Malaysia. We remember that the United States, Britain, Japan, America, Australia, the European Union are all trying to balkanize our country. Why should we make it easy for them?
Would it be easy? Would it be that easy for the Bangsamoro if it does happen to join the Federation of Malaysia?
It's very easy.
Would that be a possible scenario?
There are two scenarios. Either they would proclaim that they are now joining the Federation of Malaysia. Of course, they will be accepted. That's why it's already federal parliamentary to conform with the
yes.
Malaysian system.
Hindi sila presidential system like us. Federal, they have a federal parliamentary
Yes.
system. Yes, continue.
And to declare independence, just like what happened in Kosovo. Remember, Yugoslavia was a federal parliamentary. They were balkanized. That's where the word came from, balkanization. And Kosovo, when it declared independence, was immediately recognized by the United States.
Rod, what about what he said? Let's say they do declare. Let's say this comes to fruition. Magkaroon ng Bangsamoro. Let's say they do declare independence, their own state. Can we do something about it? Can the Philippine government, can the Philippine state, tayo, can we do something about it?
We have to go to war.
Doon rin mauwi,
We
tingin mo.
have to go to war. Just be honest about
But
it.
now, because we have given them this entity,
Because,
within our, it gives them more weight in the
I am
community.
not really,
international
I am not
community.
really,
That's why BBL will lead
I
to
am
war.
not really, I'm not, it has been proven time and again. During the Marcos administration, we won that war. During the Arab administration, we won that war. We will have to finish it this time.
Now, okay, people will accuse you, gentlemen, of being warmongers. What is your
That
reaction
is
to
the only way. That is the only way. Chairman Mao Zedong said, in order to make peace, you have to wage war.
No one wants war, pero
No one
And we must
no one wants
remember
war, right?
Prime
But,
Minister Chamberlain when he said with the document, oh, this is peace in our time. The exact opposite happened. There was World War II.
Yes, I think it's safe to assume.
Appeasement does not work.
I think it's safe to say that all of us don't want war. Pero minsan,
We have to go to war.
if it comes down to that, sabi nga ni
We have to go
Chief
to
Justice Renato Puno, if it's at stake, it's the Constitution and the dismemberment of the Republic, what choice do we have? No?
If the very survival of our country is at stake, then
tell-
we will have no choice but to go to war.
They will tell us that we are war freaks.
Oh, hindi naman
We want
kayo
war.
kayo lalaban.
We are-
Oh, sabi nila. Oh.
Genuine peace lovers
kung
are against the
kung
BBL.
bata-bata lang ako, sasali ako. May duda ba sila doon? Ako, aktivista ako, nakakulong ako eh. Kung may duda sila doon, sasali ako. Bata-bata lang ako, sasali ako.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gentlemen, unfortunately, we've come to the end of our show, but we have a few minutes, not really a few minutes, but maybe 30 seconds for each of you to give your last statements. Let's start muna with Mr. Kapunan.
I guess we have to be sensible about this Bangsamoro liberation, Bangsamoro basic law. Let's not approve it. Because, you see, you will only be creating more trouble for us. It will be more trouble. Secession and everything. The thing is that, as of now, we're about to ratify this agreement. There is already a problem. Andyan na lahat yan. Pag in-approve mo, saan pa tayo pupulutin? That's all I can tell you.
Ready?
The BBL, contrary to what they claim, will lead to war. That's why we are against it, because we are against war. The BBL does not include the Tausogs and the Sultanate of Sulu. The BBL does not even consult the entire Filipino people. It's only the people there, the MILF. In fact, and not all Magindanaoans are MILF, by the way. So this is just a small population that is trying to impose its will upon us.
Yeah. And just to add to that, diba, wasn't it Secretary Delas and Ferrer who said that there is no guarantee that there will be peace?
Yes,
we signed
yes,
it. So
when they were asked.
Yung question ko, ba't pa natin pipirman to?
Yes, and
Stupid.
it will surely lead to
Yes.
war. I can guarantee you. There is a guarantee that if we approve the BBL, there will be war.
Yes.
That's why we are for peace. We do not want this instrument of surrender of the Republic of the Philippines to pass through our very own Congress, to be used against us later on, to foist war among our people. There is no disagreement between Muslims and Christians here. It's only the Americans and the Imperial Malaysia that is trying to create a wedge between the Christians and the Muslims. That's why we have to wake up to the fact that we do not have anything against the Muslims, and the Muslims have nothing else against us. So we have to unite and fight the common enemy, America and Malaysia.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming to the show. Your insights have been really invaluable. Alam nyo, this is very exciting times we're living in. Let's subaybayin po natin ang topic na to. And hopefully, as things progress, as the situation develops, I can invite you guys again to the show. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mabuhay po kayo. Thank you very much. So guys, I hope you learned a lot tonight about the peace in Mindanao and the BBL, the Bangsamoro Basic Law. Join us again next week here on Philippines Uncut, where we talk about what matters to you guys, because you guys matter the most. I'll see you next week.